With a great Thursday night matchup between the New Orleans Saints and the Atlanta Falcons. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Now a play fake, Brady. And it's intercepted.
And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football.
They came into this week with a winning record as a big feed off of mistakes like this. And now it's a prime opportunity. Just moments in the game to get a short field touchdown off of their big defensive play. On the other side, they're already the underdog in this one. They just made their uphill battle just a little bit tougher.
And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there.
So that run play nullified by the holding call on the tight end.
Yeah, I just think he needs to get off the ball a lot quicker and get into the block a little bit more effectively. Then he doesn't have to reach and grab and try and hold on.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Now a handoff as they run left side. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
From the 25 on 2nd down, Allen. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Allen. And he comes back with one complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. An 8-yard touchdown run.
And the Falcons take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
Takes it at the 7. loose football, and the Falcons grab it. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. A costly mistake there in the return game, and that is not how you want to answer an opening touchdown.
Yeah, and your defense is asking you a lot of questions right now because you're already down 7-0. You turn the ball over, they've got to go right back out there to try and keep it from getting to 14-0.
The best starting field position you could possibly have. 1st and goal from the 1. They'll try to run this one in. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of this opening quarter. And the Falcons are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This one taken just inside the 10. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Brady now to throw. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. Big loss of 4 yards on the play. And they'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
This defense for the Falcons, they were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield when all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
Play action. Now it's Brady. And that will be incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
Brady to throw for it on 4th down. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And he is going to have the Saints first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Brady gives this one off to Jones. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Play action. Now Brady. Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted.
Isaiah Simmons picking it off.
That's now his 2nd interception and as many reads from his linebacker position.
Think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is having a run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. They'll try to run this one in. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. We'll try again. And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now there is a flag down, but I don't. yards on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
Sanders on for the extra point. It's good, and before you know it, it's 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect a beautiful spin and room to run? And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 43 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he stopped immediately there. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. They'll go again to Jones. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far it's working.
I like what we're saying from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
They'll try and run for it with jump. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Falcons grab it. He's at the 40. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. And so the last 3 drives, you've got 2 interceptions and a fumble. I think we know why they're losing right now.
Without question, we've seen the evidence, just what you talked about there. If they take care of the football, number 1, maybe they're not having this deficit. And number 2, maybe they actually have the lead.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
They'll go option on 2nd down, right side. He pitches it out. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down. In motion, Hill. So they're going for it, and here's Allen. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Saints will have the football back. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. 21-0 our score after 1. To throw on 2nd and 6. Brady looking deep for Adams. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Up the middle, Jones. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or 2. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Again, it's Jones. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped him. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Facing this big first half deficit, they keep the field goal unit on the sideline. They're going for it. They'll go for it. It's Brady. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the Falcons are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 48-yard line. I appreciate the aggressiveness trying to go for it on 4th down, but you're in the red zone, have 3 points in your back pocket. Instead, Charles, they throw it away.
Certainly a big call to go for it on 4th down. As you said, in the red zone, definitely going to cost them 3 points, and we'll see how that affects the game as time goes on.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
But ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
And some room to maneuver. Touchdown, Falcons.
That's a good-looking rookie right there. I love how he had the play set up and then showed that explosiveness that I saw on tape in college. Remember I showed you the clip of what he was doing and setting up blocks, and then he would just go? We saw it on that play right there. That one was fun to watch.
Sanders now to add the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. Touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Stop him at the 10.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Now the toss to Jones, running right. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. Third down just got a lot tougher. That will officially go as a loss of 7.
These guys off the edge are pretty tough to contain when they're protecting a stationary target. Ask them to hold their blocks when a runner is struggling to find a lane. An impossible task. Regardless of the outcome on the scoreboard, that will be one of this game's biggest stops.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Noah Igbenogany. Exceptional pass-wing interception, nearly a pick six, but now they're so close they are knocking on the door for a touchdown.
I never want to get on any team for being aggressive because that's part of what their makeup is, and oftentimes it's successful. But in this case, you've got to be selective about it and make sure you take it.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Falcons are able to add on to their first half lead. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And the Saints hands team able to rein this one in. A second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things and it won't come back and hurt them later.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. Well, that is now his 5th interception thrown in this game. And Charles, you've got to tip your cap to this defense. I mean, they have been so impressive reading these passes, stepping in those lanes, and picking them off.
Yeah, sometimes the best offense is an excellent defense, and they've done exactly that. What do you think, partner? A season's worth of highlights in just 4 quarters? I think that's what we're seeing from this group.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. He's going to take another shot here. This is caught inside the 15. They're trying to tiptoe the pylon, but they're going to say he stepped out at the 1-yard line. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 56 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in, and he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Falcons have taken a 6-touchdown lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And a rout is on here in this first half. Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And the Saints hands team able to rein this one in. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. Now a first down carry by Jones. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
Brady's throw complete here to Waller. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Brady. Diggs crossing the field and bringing it in. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Into the red zone, it's Brady. And his throw's going to be incomplete. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
The throw on 2nd down by Brady is incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing a shutdown level so far. Even back down late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
And my goodness, another interception. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. The 40, 20, 10. 1:53 remaining in this first half of play. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in, and he will fight his way into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Falcons extend their lead yet again. And partner, are you kidding me? With this game that he's having, we are in uncharted waters like we've never seen before.
Just think, if he keeps every football from all the touchdowns scored today, does he need to build a new trophy room?
Yeah, a couple trophy rooms. Maybe a whole home for a trophy room.
What a phenomenal performance, and I guarantee you he's going to reward the rest of the offensive unit after this as well for helping him get to this number.
He better. This is just unreal. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, And field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, not just giving up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. On play action, it's Brady. And Diggs has it. Puts it on the carpet. It's out. And the Falcons grab it.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Now they try the right side here. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. On play action, Allen. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case wide receiver, you got to be careful.
Certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time, completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake at the ball and knock it free.
And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Back near his goal line, here's Brady. And now here's another interception. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. It's a 1-yard touchdown run, and the Falcons will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
And that flag accepted. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. Taking it about the 1. And here comes Diggs. And he's going to be taken down inside the 10 at about the 8-yard line. And just 18 seconds remain till halftime as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. That's a jet sweep. This is Adams. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. Working from the gun, it's Brady. Airing this one out for Evans. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off Byron Jones. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. I cannot imagine a more perfect half of football for one side, CD, and a more disastrous half of football for another side. But if you focus on the positive half, with this pick six, you look at where that lead is at, and to think that we are only in the second quarter. My goodness.
I love the expression. My goodness, indeed. Pretty obvious. It's a free fall out there. Everybody gets a chance to make a play. And if you're on the field, you've got a great chance of being the next guy that your teammates are celebrating.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators, they sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I'll guarantee you he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach, we can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Now, I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
The penalty moves them into the red zone here on 1st and 10. Following the penalty, they'll go back to the run game. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Falcons have got it on cruise control. A familiar refrain. A turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this third quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're a backup, time to start stretching and loosening up. You may get some playing time in this one.
And the Saints hands team able to rein this one in. On 1st and 10, here's Brady. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Javon Holland. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football.
It's like this defensive group has figured this guy out to the tune of a big lead in this one. And you know that he's frustrated with how this game has gone. And now with back-to-back interceptions, he's got to find a way to get out of his own head and start making better plays.
Now a run on 1st down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Past the 20. Touchdown, Falcons. A great play. Sanders on for the extra point. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. But now if they wanted to, they could move the ball up to the 1 and go for 2.
Yeah, that's exactly right, because normally the ball's at the 2 when you go for 2. But if they wanted now, enforce the penalty to the 1. But if they wanted to kick it, right, don't they just move it up?
Yeah, just move it up to the 10.
Right, move it up to the 10 if they still wanted to kick it.
And this is going to be caught. Well, not sure about the need to go for 2, but they get it and extend this lead out even further. After the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And we'll see a return here from the end zone.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland, and the Falcons are going to take possession of the football. Well, they definitely figured out something defensively at halftime, Charles. That's now 2 drives and 2 interceptions here in this third quarter.
And I think the easy thing for us to say is, boy, they made an adjustment, didn't they? Or they showed him something different. I'm not so sure it's that as much as maybe he's just been impatient and forced the ball a little bit. In any event, as you noted, back-to-back interceptions thrown.
And they'll try the option on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A great effort there. Finding the end zone yet again. And the Falcons get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. The disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that, because otherwise, they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook, but bottom line is, don't quit competing.
It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think they're going to get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this third quarter. And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And the safety there, another mistake, and these mistakes just keep piling up.
How many more can they make? They put themselves in such a massive hole now. Going to be difficult to dig out from under.
Yeah, for sure they can't afford any more at this point. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure you have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
And he is at the bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 212 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Play action. Now it's Allen. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
And those two just have been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. 3rd quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. And this is incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Allen going to go on 4th down. To the sideline, and he's got it. They say the feet are down. Yes, the line judge says they're in. That'll be a 1st down. It's a pickup of 19, and the Falcons are going to get a 1st. Now a handoff looking right. And he showcases the spin. A pretty good game before he's taken down. So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. And they'll keep leaning on the running game back to the ground. And the 2nd wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the 1st. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. A great play there. He flat out can't be stopped. And the Falcons just continue to roll. Well, on the other sideline right now, it's just absolute dejection. But, Charles, let's focus on the positive. With the lead that they've built here, they've done pretty much everything to perfection in this ball game.
They certainly have. Makes me think that their week of preparation was excellent. And they flowed into this game, and it carried over. And right now, I don't expect them to back off at all. They're playing so well, they just want to keep it going.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Fields it right around the goal line. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And the Falcons grab it. And they're set up in a golden position here right around the 10-yard line. And that one is his second fumble loss. Not a good look out of your return man.
And not only does he hurt the momentum for his team or even change momentum of the game, but now they've got a decision to make on his own sideline. Does he continue to do that?
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown. A great effort there. Finding the end zone yet again. And the Falcons extend their lead yet again. Sanders now to add the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. It's a squib kick that still makes its way down inside the 15. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnover.
And he fires one that's intercepted. And he's got some space here.
And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football.
I think it's safe to say this is a game he's not going to forget anytime soon, Charles. 3 interceptions.
It's rare that we see 3 interceptions by one team, let alone by an individual. And I think that after the second one, he's probably telling his teammates, any ball that's in the air, it's going to be mine. And that turned out to be true.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Allen following the fumble recovery. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. A great play there. He flat out can't be stopped. And the Falcons take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. And the Saints hands team able to rein this one in. They'll try and get the running game going with Jones. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. He lost 6 there on the first down play.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stopped that ball on the line of scrimmage.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Now Lawrence.
And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down. And now we'll get a delay here as they try to give themselves a little more room for the punt.
On the set.
flag comes in. This might be a free play. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on fourth down, this is a big call.
And a penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward.
And now again, the play clock's going to run out on him. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it.
Here we go. Got to have it. Lawrence.
And incomplete on the deep ball. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Falcons' defense stands tall. They'll get the football back.
They'll start with the option.
A pitch back.
And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he's got room. And finally down it goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5. Here's Allen. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. That's a cornerback in for the sack, Tre'Davious White.
First and goal looked like things were set up nicely, and now all of a sudden on second and goal, Charles, a big challenge ahead of them.
And you have to know when you're this close to the goal line, things are going to happen faster, so you've got to get the ball out quick. Not going to have much time in the pocket before the defenders bring pressure.
Another try after the first down sack. Allen. And it'll be intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick.
And the Saints are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That was a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. Got a man, it's Darren Waller. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the fourth quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah, if this had been a concert, you would have heard plenty of sour notes in this one. But they certainly don't want to end it on one. They want to put together a few more throws like that and at least have a final drive to give them a little bit more hope as they move forward.
On second down, it's Jones. And some room to run now. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
83 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Once he broke through that first wave of defenders, there was a pretty big gap there for him to run.
And it helps that they were in a dime defense. That's 6 defensive backs. So this is why a lot of teams now are searching for those linebacker safety combo type guys who can add a little bit more size on the defensive side of the ball, but can still run as well. Because when you run against 6 DBs with some bigger offensive linemen, you often get this result.
From the 17, here's second and 4. Now Lawrence to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops from one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Lawrence will throw.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
They're going on fourth down. Lawrence.
And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. There he goes, left side.
Oh, my goodness, CD. I mean, this defense just continuing to dominate. They're really dominating on both sides of the ball, but for the defense, that's now 3 interceptions for them here in this ball game.
And what a great teaching tape for this defensive coordinator, right? When they go back and review this game, what does he always tell us that he preaches to his team? We're going to lead the league in effort. Well, they're doing that in this game as well as making big plays.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. Touchdown! A great effort there. Finding the end zone yet again.
And the Falcons are looking to run it to 5-1 on the season as they add to their fourth quarter lead.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. This is a touch cooler here. They've got the big lead. Now they're going for the jugular with the onside kick. And the Saints hands team able to rein this one in. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number as empirical.
Play action. It's Lawrence. Quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Now Lawrence.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Xavier Howard. Yet another mistake after the interception there. Guys, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter.
But Charles, they're still airing it out at this point despite that huge lead. And some people may be saying, well, why are they throwing the football? These guys, I guess, are just padding their stats at this point.
Yeah, there are a lot of big grins, I think, from people in their families, from themselves. You're exactly right. Pad the stats when you get an opportunity. It'll certainly help you come contract time.
He's going to try and go deep again. He's got a man complete. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
And when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases.